Alright, so I'm back, and today we are going to be taking a look at the TFC Toys Hydrant figure, which is their third figure from their Defensor set. And normally I'd show off the packaging, but it actually it got destroyed, so I can't show off the packaging. But it comes in a big box that has pictures of it. Anyway, so here he is in his robot mode. Take a quick look at some accessories here. He comes with these. He comes with a baggie of these little parts here. They just look like this. They're just some ports, and basically you just plug them into the back of the foot here, and you plug the gun into there, and now he can have cannons on his feet. Honestly, it's for me. It's kind of a throwaway accessory, but it's kind of nice too. I mean, I know some people might like it, some people won't, but I'm in the I don't like it that much, but I'm not going to sit here and say the whole set's crap because of it. But it comes with a total of 4 of them, so you can have both the feet with those, if you want to. I never really recalled Defensor having guns attached to his ankles. Could be wrong, but so it has really no meaning to me. Now this one, I'll show you. It doesn't really do anything here either. But basically, what this is. It's got a bunch of little ports and plugs and stuff on there. But basically what this does is allows, because the first 2 bots were designed for legs, but this will allow you to plug into like the top of one of them and then change the port to be on the side, so that it now makes it a Scramble City style. I'm not really going to show it off here just because I like to save the combined mode for the end. So as far as this goes, I think this will be more useful to me than the little feet add-on things. But it is there, so it is something to think about. It's cool that they're like, oh, people like Scrambled City combiners, so we're gonna keep with that idea. So it's cool that they gave us the parts to make it a Scrambled City, and they designed it so it has all these ports everywhere and rocket launchers and stuff like that. So we'll set that off to the side, and then he comes with this big, huge gun. Now mine doesn't quite lock in all the way here. It's kind of crooked. I don't know if maybe I could just get this thing a little closer to the base, because it's not quite lined up there. You can see that little gap there. It's not quite lined up there, but it doesn't sit flush, so maybe that's I think that might be the problem there. So I'll see if I can fix that at some other point. But and as you can see, this folds down and turns into a handle that one of the big bots can hold. I sold the TFC guys the Predaking. I've got the Devastator, but yeah, Devastator could hold this, and it'd be a big gun. But more importantly, you can plug this in under his hand here. And then you can have him reach out and hold this like so. And now he's got that big underslung chain gun going on, which is I've never seen a fire truck with a chain gun, but I'm not going to argue with it because it does look pretty awesome. So there's that. And we'll just set this off to the side. It does integrate into vehicle mode as well. And we'll take a look at that later. And then for poseability, we've got this guy's actually pretty poseable. First off, this ladder here can rotate to the side. It can rotate so it's further up if you'd prefer. I kind of prefer it to have it down, so it's kind of like a third leg almost, just to kind of keep him in place. Head rotates. Kind of wish it would have had a ball joint in the back, you know, like have a little cut for a ball joint so you can kind of look up and down, but he does look side to side, which is fine. Head sculpt is pretty much spot on head spot, or hot spot. Shoulder swivels right here. Goes all the way up and down. No issues there whatsoever. Does go in and out at this joint. There's another joint that's kind of inside here that allows them to have one click. But if you move this piece out of the way, then it can go all the way up. But I think that's more for combined mode. But his arm does rotate up and out. So there is a bicep swivel. He bends at the elbow. Hand does rotate around. The hands do open. And what this is probably one of the greatest aspects of this particular figure is I absolutely hate it when you got a hand and it relies on the fingers to close it, you know, close up on it. But this one's got the full slot for the 5mm port, and you don't need the fingers for it. So he can hold it without issues there. Which is really, really awesome. Because I hate it when they have those gapped hands and it's like you can only hold weapons at a certain angle or something like that. Waist does ratchet around at the top here. And then right below, he actually got another point of waist articulation there. Hips ratchet up and down, in and out. There is a thigh swivel. There's also a bend in at the thigh. That's more for combined mode again. But he does have that. Knees can bend a little bit forward, all the way back. Foot is got a little bit of a ball joint, but due to the way it's designed, it's just got more of a tilt to it. And then the heel is stationary. It does fold back, but when you start folding it back, it more or less collapses it. So, but the toe does bend to whatever needs you might have. But yeah, so he's a pretty poseable guy. He's definitely a big, bulky guy. Oh, and one more thing with the accessories. These things came and they didn't tell you anything about where to put them. If you look closely at the instructions, it says that they're here. It doesn't show you that they're supposed to go there. They just happen to, you can see them on the instructions that that's where they are. And I do not like them at all. They're loose. They're going to fall off. They're going to snap off. And I really don't see a purpose to them. You know, yeah, it's probably some sort of design that fire trucks have. But it's so small and flimsy that it's pointless. So, anyway. And then to transform him into truck mode, what you want to do, and again, apologize for everybody that's waiting to see combined mode. I don't like doing the combined mode for these figures. I don't want to show it off. I want to show off just this figure by itself. Going back and forth between vehicle mode and robot mode, because honestly, if they do it right, the figure should be able to sell itself without having to be like, oh well, this guy's a good figure only if he's in a combined mode. You know, they really should be like, you know what, this guy is a good figure by itself. and you don't have to be like, well, he has to be in the combined mode to be good. I hope you don't understand. And I'm just realizing this. It's kind of cool. These things are kind of stripes, like sergeant stripes. I know some fire departments have that, police departments, and Army has them. But it's kind of cool that he has those. Anyway, to transform him, first thing you want to do, he's actually really simple. So you want to push his hands in. Let's see. No. Okay, so you want to push his hands in, like so. I don't know why they're giving me difficulty here. Push his hand in, like so. Take this piece here, and it comes off, rotates around, clips to the front. Real simple. Okay, then you just kind of fold these pieces out, just kind of get them out of the way. Take these gray pieces here, and they just kind of flip around. They're the combiner ports. But if you fold them up like this while he's in robot mode, it helps hold this arm stable, which is real nice. So you fold those out, push the head down, and it just slides straight down. The arms will then come up like so, and collapse it in. Then this piece here will just kind of fold down like so. And there's a port right here that plugs into this hole right there. Just like so. And then this piece will come to the back here. And that fell off. We'll just put that back on. Alright. Now we do the same thing over here, so just pull the arms up, slot it in. This will fold up. There we go. Alright. Then you take this whole assembly here, and these will come up like so. And you can rotate. I missed a step. Rotate this around first, like so. Then these will fold up, and then they just plug together, like so. Like I said, there's nothing on this figure that's like, oh my god, that's really different. But it's still good. It's a good transformation. So you take this foot here, you fold it around, and then you want to rotate this all the way around. Collapse this in, and then this will, you can see there's a tab right there that just kind of slots onto. Do the same thing over here. Just like so. Alright, now you want to take this piece here, and this on pegs, it just folds up to the front like this. And what you want to do is you rotate the waist around at the bottom section, not the top section, because you want to keep this big crotch piece in the back. So you rotate this, and then you take this piece here, and it opens up, flips around, like so. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Open this panel here, and it just kind of folds straight. This will fold straight, and then you unhinge this, and this whole assembly rotates around like so. And then there's a little tab on his hip right here. They'll plug into a slot that's right here at the hinge. So you take that hinge, line it up, and plug it in. giving me a little difficulty here. Why are you being difficult? There we go. Plug the back legs together. Maybe that'll help. It's hard to do this on camera because he's so long. And see, these little pieces just kind of fly off. I don't like them. I'm showing them off now, but I'm going to put them back, put them away. So we rotate this thing out. We just try and get those pieces together. Oh, there we go. I had plugged or pushed the legs in a little bit. That was the problem. Alright, so now we got that piece done. And then this little tab here will plug into this little slot right up here. So you pull that up, tap that in, take this piece here, and this will just rotates over like so. So push that in on this side. See, both of those pieces fell off. Alright. And then this piece just kind of, it kind of tabs in barely to the bottom section. It doesn't hold in very well. But more than anything, when you take this ladder here and you fold this back, there's 4 ports on this. They'll plug into 4 little holes right there. So you plug those in. Well, first, let's rotate the ladder out. So it's like so. And then you can flip these little hooks in. They'll hold the ladder in place. And then you plug those in. Like so. And you take this little crotch piece here and you just kind of fold it up however you want to. You rotate the ladder around. And it's just giving me a little difficulty here. Alright. And there you go. And from here you can take this piece here, fold this up and around, fold the handle in, and then this whole thing here will just kind of slide into the ladder and just kind of tab in loosely, and now it's kind of like a sprayer kind of thing. He rolls very well, as you can see. Ladder does rotate around all the way. It does go up and all the way back, and then you can extend the ladder all the way that far. So really, really awesome fire truck. I know I was fiddling with it a lot, but the biggest problem with him is just doing this on camera, because he's so long and trying to keep everything in camera while doing this. That's the hardest part about this figure. Other than that, the transformation really isn't all that bad. It's actually quite enjoyable. I know he's a panel former, almost like a shell former, but it does it in a way where it all collapses to the point where it all looks good. I have put it in combined mode, and I can tell you, torso mode is pretty awesome too. So, but like I said, I'm not going to show that off here. This toy should sell itself. Because you never know, TFC might go out of business before we get the last figures, so, and then we'll never have a combined figure. Yeah, unlike the other, a lot of other TFC guys, this guy really doesn't have any flaws, just any glaring flaws at all. It's a really, really nice, solid truck. I really like this truck. They really knocked this one out of the park as far as this mode goes. Just here's a quick roundabout. But yeah, he is just absolutely gorgeous. I really dig this figure. I'm gonna pause the video for a minute and we'll flip them back over to robot mode. And I'm actually out of battery life and memory on my camera, so I have to charge it and stuff. But we'll get him back into robot mode and go over some size comparisons and final thoughts. So, alright, so I got the camera a little bit more charged, and we'll continue on the hotspot review. So again, rolls very well, really nice. You can remove the ladder if you want to ease transformation. I showed you how to transform it into truck mode without having to remove it, so it's easy to do it without it, but we'll to go back, we'll take it off. So you just want to start by pulling this assembly here up and just get that up out of the way. You want to pull these pieces here down. This will rotate around like so, and then this will just collapse up, this collapses down, and then you can take this whole assembly and just kind of angle it however you want to. I just kind of leave it how it is because I don't think it hurts anything. So just like that, and then there's just a little slot right here, and this little piece right here will tab it right into it. Alright, and then you flip the feet forward, and then you unpeg the legs here, like so, and then you can rotate the foot around and flip it all the way down, like so. Just like so. And then you take this assembly here, fold it down. There's a tab or a plug right there. It goes in that hole right there. Plug it in. And then there's a little slot right here. This little tab right there will go into. It doesn't tab into that one all that well, but it holds well enough that it doesn't give you any problem. Make sure those legs are all the way down. And then you rotate the waist around like so. And then you just kind of move this little flap here down. Just kind of keep it out of the way. Right. Move it up here. Take this chest piece here, and this folds down like so. You split the arms up at the top like that. Pull the head straight out. Then you untab this assembly here like so, and rotate this around. And then you pull right here. That'll extend that piece out. And then you can see this doesn't hold up there all that well. So this is why I was saying earlier, you take this connector port, and you flip it up and over, and that just kind of slightly locks into the place there. Doesn't hold it 100%, but it holds it pretty well. You fold the arm down. This piece will come over here. You just kind of push this inwards like so, and then there's a little tab there. I'll plug into one of these holes here. Again, pretty much it's like every other TFC figure out there. Everything is on a 5mm port. So you pull this down, this will rotate around, and it just kind of slides back here, and then you pull the hand down. Wedged in there pretty good. Let's see if we can find something to pry it out with. And just like so. Do the same thing on this side here. You rotate this around, flip the little connector port up. It slots in right there. take this section here, pull this out, slide down, this will slide forward, and you just tab that in, pull this piece down, and you pull the hand out. Again, it kind of wedges in there real good, so just sometimes it helps to have something to pull it out with. And then this piece will just, these two tabs here, will plug into these two holes right there. Give it a good push, and there you go. And now he's back in robot mode. And then what you want to do with the ladder to get it on his back, because it won't quite fit like this. So you flip these little gray tabs here out, and then this whole assembly will come down, and you just kind of rotate it so that this red piece here is now kind of more in the middle than on the very edge. Then you can take this piece right where that plug is and plug it straight into the back. And there you go. And then you can take his big cannon here and just slide into his hand if you want. So he's ready to murder things with his chain gun. But yeah, so there you go. Really cool. I really dig this guy. For size comparison, here he is next to the Seeker mold. So this is he's way too big for the Seeker mold. Fire trucks, I mean, this does not work at all. Here he is with the iGear Seeker, and he is still over a head taller than the iGear Seeker. I do think he might be a little too big for the larger classic scale. I mean, we're kind of getting into like the Razor Claw issue here, where Razor Claw was way too big for everybody else. But the difference in between him and Razor Claw is he was a lot bigger than his troops. Razor Claw was the same size as his troops in G1, so this guy should be a lot bigger. Out of the way. Here he is with the Springer. Again, he's a lot bigger than Springer. And here he is with Wheeljack. See how he stacks up there. So he does scale pretty well with the Masterpiece car. Here he is with the his counterparts, who you can see are almost the height of a Masterpiece car. So you can see how they all stack up. And here he is with Masterpiece Prime. So I think this works for my new Masterpiece scale. It's not going to work very well in combined mode, because combined mode, the only scale that combined modes work with is Legends. So, but I think in robot mode, these guys do work pretty well with MP scale. They're not quite MP quality like these guys aren't. This guy's one of those. It's really hard to explain. He's almost MP quality. He's got enough twists and turns to make him fun. He does look very, very close to his G1 counterpart in both robot and truck mode. And he's just overall a really great figure. I have to say, arguably, he's the best figure in the TFC line thus far. He's really, really nice. I mean, the plastic quality is just top notch. I would easily say this is the best plastic quality that they've put out. I mean, aside from these stupid little gray bits. So yeah, all in all, I'm gonna have to give Hydrant here a 10 out of 10. I really, really like this figure. I highly recommend him. I do, if you've got a classic scale, these guys are going to probably work real well in combined mode. If you got an MP scale, these guys will work pretty well in robot mode. They're not identical to G1 counterparts, but they'll at least match up in size properly. I really dig this guy. I really do recommend him. I give him 10 out of 10. I think this is going to be their best combiner to date. I really do think that they rushed the Predaking, but I think they really took their time and made this guy really nice. First Aid is coming up next. Is their next figure, so I'm really excited because First Aid was my favorite out of this set and probably one of my favorite of the Autobot combiners, like the individual Autobots. So very excited about that. So that's really all there is to this guy. Thanks for watching. I think this is going to be a good set. I really do.